Hey guys, and welcome to Janet Being Janet. I'm just in the round pen with one of my horses trying to work them. And, well, KJ is outraged. And if you want to hear a little bit about it, then stick around. So I got a little curious to what Miss KJ was up to here lately, and one of the things that she posted was her outrage about being on a Discovery Plus episode. Now this was a little bitty clip of her, and it pretty much didn't say anything, to be 100% honest with you. Now guys, all these are my opinions and only my opinions, but so she starts talking about how she was used in this episode and, she wasn't contacted whatsoever at all. And it was about Onision. And I'm not for sure if y'all know about Onision. I happen to have followed it with Deaf Noodles and with Homeboys Got Receipts, Edward's Generation, Creepshow Art, Tipster. I ended up following it with a bunch of them because it was a really messed up case. It really was. But Katie Joy's upset because, she was on there and she wasn't asked any permission whatsoever at all. So she says that, it's not about the money. It's not about the copyright. You want to know my opinion? It is. It's about the money. It's about the copyright. I think she is absolutely mad. She loves the publicity is what she said. But I think she is absolutely mad that she didn't get anything out of it. That's what I think. And she's talking about using, YouTubers. And this case was on YouTube. Onision's case, that's what it was. I mean, you had Chris Hansen covering it. And y'all, if y'all don't care, I'm sorry. Go ahead and click off. But I'm going to go ahead and continue talking. Y'all just don't unsubscribe to me. Just come back to my next video. But anyways, so, it had Chris Hansen on there. And he was covering all these stories of these victims and things like that. And Katie Joy had done just a couple of videos about Onision, so that's why they used a little clip of her, talking about it. But she was talking also about, there's people that are manipulators on YouTube, and you kind of got to watch them. And I believe that 100%. And one thing I've never done is fully called her a manipulator. But sometimes when she does her videos and sometimes when she's doing things like this and uploading her disgust, but with a big, huge smile on her face. Oh my goodness gracious, she had the biggest smile on her face. Now, I always tell everybody smile. It can change a lot. I always tell people that. But she was smiling this entire time. Now, if I have disgust with something, you're not going to see me smiling and happy and just go lucky about everything. But she was. Now, and she had so much disgust with this that she went ahead and started talking about what this documentary was on. She started talking about things that was in the documentary, about the stories, about, certain stories that was in there. And she, said that she doesn't agree with TLC and people should be platformed from there or deplatformed from there, I'm sorry. And so me thinking about this and honestly thinking about it now, if it came down to it, and after her saying this, if it came down to it and the Duggars were ever deplatformed, I'm going to say deplatformed just because, if anything ever happened, what would she have to talk about? Honestly, what would she have to talk about? So her disgust with the whole TLC and, Discovery Plus and all this and that, without that, she wouldn't have anything on her channel. She really wouldn't. So I don't understand where the, outrage comes from. All besides, they used a short little clip. That's what they did. They used a short little clip. That's the only thing I can think of that she would be outraged by. And, it's her getting exposure. That's what it was. She got exposure. Now, she might not have got exposure the way she wanted to get exposure, but she still got exposure. So why she's upset, I don't really know unless it has to do with money. And I think that's what it is. I think it has to do with money. She didn't get any money out of all of this. And the reason why I'm saying that is because she said it's not about the money. But, I guess you can form your own opinions whenever it comes to that. Because I personally think that that's what this is all about. I think her outrage is nothing but money. I think it's her talking about, how bad this network is. I don't think that that's actually what she was upset about. because I haven't heard her say anything before about, hey, we need to get these people off of here. But, she actually mentioned that, deplatforming Onision and all this and that. And I mean, people have been saying that for a long time. They really have. And him being demonetized and all that, they've been saying that forever. But if you don't follow the Onision case, don't worry about it. Honestly, don't worry about it whatsoever at all. You're not missing anything. It's just become a big, huge, I don't want to say scandal, but kind of in a way, in my opinion, that's what it is because of the way it was portrayed. And Katie Joy mentioning that, she was just in this for just this little bitty bit and then going on and describing, what happened. Well, then that tells me that she watched it. And so she gave them a view. And if you really don't like them and you really don't want to, have anything to do with them, then why give them the view? Just don't. I mean, me, okay, I gave her a view. I really did because I was wondering why she was so outraged. I really was. I thought this was a big, huge deal. I thought that she was, they stole her content or, they used a lot more of her, but she shows just a tiny, tiny little clip. And hey, her name is now out there. Whenever it says something about Onision, now people can say Katie Joy. So not only is Katie Joy doing Duggars, now she did Onision for a short period of time. And because she did that, she ended up where she's at. So if you do content on YouTube, and no matter what you're doing content about, sometimes it can go further than what you think it's going to go. And that's just happens to be what happened here. It went just a little bit further than she expected it to go, I do believe. And now then that her name is out there and connected to it, you never know. People may be expecting more Onision things from her. Maybe, people watch this and they may think, okay, I can get information about this case from Katie Joy. You don't know what this is going to lead to and what this is going to entail. But as far as her outrage, I'm going to say it again. I think her outrage was about money. That's what I think it was. She said that, they didn't contact other creators. They didn't do a lot of things whenever it came to it. But, she wanted to be contacted. She wanted to be reached out to. She wanted something said to her. She wanted them to let her know that they were going to use her information. And think about how many people on YouTube use clips of her. Think about that. Think about the fair use. She can't really prevent a lot of things. And, this narrative, she can't control. She cannot control that, hey, this is not over the Duggars. This isn't over the stuff that I normally cover. She can't control that. Now, can she? And so that's got to be a little annoying to her. And that's got to be getting on her nerves just a little bit because her coverage isn't about Onision. Her coverage is the Duggars. Her coverage is IBLP and all this other cults and everything else that her coverage is all about. And so when I was listening to it, whenever I was watching it, my baby's right over here. And whenever I was watching it and I started thinking to myself, I was like, this right here is kind of trying to get your audience to believe one thing when it's not even the issue. There's something else that is completely the issue. And so I don't know if you want to call that manipulation. I don't know if that's what you want to call that. I don't know if you want to call that gaslighting. I don't know what you really call that. But just watching it, I wasn't very pleased or very understanding of her outrage, all besides, like I said, money. Yeah, money. Alrighty, guys. I'm going to continue to work him. And yeah, this is my boy, Cowboy. And so I'm going to continue working him. And I hope that y'all have a wonderful day, night, weekend, holiday, year, whenever you're watching this. And y'all remember to smile because a smile can change a lot. Always remember that. Bye.